How to improve learning through instructional design. In 1975, Gordon Moore predicted that the number of transistors in an integrated circuit would double every 2 years. This would later be called Moore's Law and illustrates the logarithmic growth of the information age. There has been more technological change in the past 100 years than the millennia that preceded it. To stay abreast of this change means people need to change just as quickly. On the internet, the speed of connectivity is governed by bandwidth, the amount of information that can be transmitted through a medium in a given amount of time. Plumbers and computer scientists have their schematics, and so do instructional designers. For educators looking to build a platform for effective instruction, ADDIE is the blueprint, which stands for Analysis, Design, Development, Implementation, and Evaluation. We can't download information directly into someone's brain, but we can improve the bandwidth. Instructional design begins with analysis and addresses the end result. Who are the customers, and what do they need? Once armed with this information, we can begin to design a system around this, using ADDIE that will maximize learning. Designing is the stage of instructional development where we begin to break the problem down into actionable steps. The next step is development, building the materials, media, and learning assets that bring the design to life. The consideration of the instructional designer is to provide enough information without providing too much and packaging it in the right way. Different people have different styles of learning. Learning can be visual, auditory, hands-on, or social. Given this, it is best to have a mix of media in the instructional material. At its heart, education is a form of communication, and all communication involves coding information, sending it, and then ensuring proper reception. Text, audio, and graphical presentation need to combine to present a single coherent message. This said, we're seeking to strike a balance between textual information and visual images. Too much text may be too visually busy and less likely to be read. Chunking information into digestible bytes and the use of bullets makes the material better understood and, hence, more likely to translate to learning and recall. Here is an example of poor communication and clear communication. Other important design elements include font, spacing, headings, bolding, italics, and the use of color. The important outcome here is encodability, because good design can support the way content is perceived by the learner. Implementation is where planning becomes practice. Once the instructional program has been implemented, we must also consider here how will we know our attempts have been successful, and if so, to what degree. Good instructional design increases learning bandwidth. You can follow me on my website on LinkedIn, Substack, or Medium.